Hello, welcome back to the show. Colonel Doumbia, who heads the revolution in Guinea, says that a union should be in place in a couple of weeks. UN condemns it, and those shields are saying that it's actually not something that should gain any kind of traction and should be, taken back to the original Ghanaian government. Well, then it's probably the right thing to do. Welcome back to Only Football. The reason why we're talking about this is because Naby Keita, due to the Ghanaian revolution, was indeed
momentarily
held
captive
from Liverpool. It's only football, people. Again, only politics is on the way, probably 10, 20 years down the road when we're old. And
give it 10 years. Give it 10 years.
10, yeah.
When we're in our 40s.
Yeah. we have no business talking about that. Let's just stick to football, Nick. So it was a wild international break, Nick.
And it's still going.
Going.
Canada just scored 1-0 Canada over El Salvador. Atiba Hutchinson, the old guy's still kicking around, eh?
Yeah, that is 6 minutes in. So yeah, we're live. Sorry for being late, but we're live.
My bad.
I am very punctual, Mike. They know. That said, you are always coming to me because I don't have a car, so you have to drive through traffic. Also, to the podcasters, sorry you missed the update on the Ghanaian coup and Naby Keita getting home safe to Liverpool, but that's all you've missed so far. So welcome. So Canada's on right now. Before we get into Canada, they're up 1-0 against El Salvador. Before we do and talk about them a little bit further, let's just stick with this kind of wild international break, which had the coup in Guinea, and then we have Brazil and Argentina, which was just nonsense. So
everyone's excited. It's a rematch. Copa America. Argentina finally got their win, and now they're 1-2 going into CONMEBOL, right? That's what it is. CONMEBOL. Yeah, and everyone's excited, and got a notification. 2-0 Canada.
2-0 Canada.
2-0 Canada.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get that goal difference up. Let's go. It could come down to that. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, it could come down to that. So, Jonathan David.
Hey, there you go, man. Honestly, I have to say, okay. We're kind of bad. Okay, let's just quickly do Brazil and Argentina because what happened here was just absurd. So, Brazil has 4 countries on their list that require 14-day quarantine, one of which is the UK. And Argentina is coming in to play Brazil on, I believe it was Sunday, right?
Yep.
Sunday. And there are 4 Argentinian players on the team. Emi Martinez, Buendia, both of Aston Villa, Lo Celso, and Romero, both of Spurs. These teams let their players go to South America, despite it being a red zone for the Premier League specifically. It was actually a really silly thing in the Premier League. The Premier League are just pulling just tightening the noose here for absolutely no reason. But they let those players go, and Brazil has this 14-day quarantine rule in there, and they go to Venezuela, they play, and then they show up in Brazil, and somehow they get into Brazil saying that they came from Caracas.
Curacao?
Caracas, the capital of Venezuela.
Oh.
That's how they got in, and then it's clearly these 4 players were playing in England in front of the world 7 days ago, but here they were, and then 7 minutes into the match, Brazilian health officials storm the field. They just get up on the field and start getting everyone's face and break the match up, and that's about it.
And the match never continued. They don't know when they're gonna, because it's gonna be hard. International break already before the World Cup is already ram-packed.
Don't you know what's going? You knew that they were here.
I know.
You had to get them on the field to corral them.
You watch them warm up too. It's not like they were
there for days in advance anyway. You actually had to get them on the field to just kind of wrangle them up.
At that point, just let them play.
Let them play. They're sweating on each other for 7 minutes already.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's Brazil.
What is Brazil trying to pull here?
No,
are they trying to get the win?
Oh yeah, of course. But do you really need to get the win that way? Aren't they first and Argentina second, or Argentina first? It doesn't matter. Both teams are going to qualify. Okay, it's the teams that are worried are Colombia, Chile, and probably Paraguay.
Actually, I would say no, because Chile's not even qualified. They're like 7th or something.
You had a bad start, but you expect them to finish near. It's because the top 4 go through, and 5th has to play the playoff, right? Is that how it works for South America?
Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
But those two, Argentina barely qualified last time, but they seem to right the ship. They just want.
They're actually like a lot.
That's all they needed to improve. That's all they needed
really
ever.
It was getting consistently back like a good 20-year stretch too.
But I can't believe they at that point just let play, man. It's so stupid. So I can understand.
Mike, it's locked.
Yeah, I could understand. I could understand if they were like Australia, New Zealand, very strict. But Brazil, since the start, you've been a mess with Corona, right? I know you're trying to right the ship now, but it's too late. It's too late.
I mean, the medical martial law here is insane. I'm like, what are you doing? Just like, it was done. Like you let them. They said Brazil's claim, their health officials claim that they've told them prior that they're not allowed to play. I somehow find that hard to believe if Argentina did allow them to walk on the field. And like the Brazilian players didn't seem to mind.
No, they didn't.
They didn't seem to mind at all.
It's the fact that they warmed up. They're there days before.
Yeah.
You let them warm up for a full hour and a half on the field. Yeah. That's when you walk onto the field and do it, right? If you're going to do it then, do it then. Don't do it when the match starts because it's too late. You fucked up.
That's like, that is notified within 10 minutes. Whether it was a mistake by the officials who let them into the country in the first place, fine. But within 10 minutes, someone's checking this high-profile Argentinian playing footballers and being like, these 4 can't be in the country. And then maybe just like run a COVID test on the rest of everyone else, on the rest of the players. Brazil's not done there yet, though. They're not done. So because a lot of Premier League teams have, it's not only in South America, but South America was a hotspot. Egypt, for example, was another area, and I'm sure other countries in Africa that were regarded as hot zones for COVID based on the Premier League, based on what they think is the hot spot.
Red zone,
not actually the government themselves. But now Brazil is penalizing, at least is asking FIFA to penalize the teams that didn't let other Brazilians go. So the players themselves are going to be penalized. Namely, let's say Ederson at City, Fabinho, Alisson, and Firmino, all at Liverpool. They have asked FIFA to say they're not allowed to play this week. They have to quarantine they have a 5-day ban.
You mean they're not allowed to play in the EPL?
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually so funny.
They're pissed. So
no, but they're not gonna go. It's not gonna pass.
Man, it's gained a little bit of traction. We'll see what happens when I woke up tomorrow. Or sorry,
yes.
When I woke up this morning, it seemed like this actually might happen. Fred as well. I don't know if it's actually. It might already be confirmed.
Are you hoping it happens then, so that way Fred doesn't grace the field?
I know. A lot of United fans are rejoicing with this. They're very ecstatic about this whole situation. Oh, Liverpool's losing Alisson, Fabinho, and Firmino. We lose Fred. Giddy up. But no, it's just utter nonsense, man. And you know what? Ollie just doesn't pick Fred. It's as simple as that. Not saying he wouldn't, but they just won't stop.
I don't think that's good.
Richarlison is exempt because Richarlison was he graced Brazil and Everton allowed him to for the whole summer. For some seriously meaningful competitions.
So he didn't.
He wasn't going anyway. He wasn't going to go anyway, right? Everton, they reached that agreement. The guy needs some time off.
Oh yeah.
So Brazil is loving.
Oh, so that's how he's making back his summers.
I guess. Well, he might be there for the next one, but this one he has off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They need him.
Yeah.
Not bad though.
But just nonsense.
Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, okay, let's talk about Canada for a bit. Mike, we've never done this before.
We've had no reason to. I don't think a lot of people in Canada our age and younger have never done this before.
Hopes are high. You know what? Sadly, I'm sad that the 3 people watching Canada, El Salvador right now is still outnumbering our viewership right now.
No, but luckily, Honduras, I believe we should have won. And I feel as though that was drop points, but
absolutely
against the States, it's
in the States,
yeah.
Good performance. You know what? I want to say that I only watched out of the 2 matches. All I watched was the second half against Honduras. Honduras is just
they're not who they used to be.
What do you mean they're not who they used to be? They're crap. They've always been crap.
No, but they've always consistently made the World Cup.
They've
as like the third or fourth. They made like
no,
three straight. Made 06, 10, and 14.
They made 06 with Trinidad?
Oh, no. Sorry, it was 10 and 14.
So they made 2.
Yeah, but they were
2. Mike, I have to disagree with you here. They've always been just like
better than Canada.
So slimy. It's so slimy. like they
you can't knock them, man. When we were shit for 30 years, you can't knock them. At least they made it.
Oh no, I will knock them. I will knock them because they're repulsive to watch.
Didn't they?
They're not good.
Wasn't it them who slapped us 8-0 or 8-1?
7-1 or something.
When all we needed was a tie to go. Oh, yes. See, so I'm
not bitter about that. That's just Canada. I'm not actually comparing Canada to Honduras. I just hate the way they conduct themselves. I fucking despise it. And that goes for like a lot of countries in this area. Actually, they're like they are
CONCACAF we're talking about.
Yeah, but they're like the poor man. Like even like you watch like South American like
what the poor man's Uruguay.
I was gonna say. Even like, or even Brazil, extremely poor man's Brazil.
No, I would say Uruguay.
Fine, let's take Uruguay for it. Like they're just like the attitude that their tactics in terms of just like killing time. That's the thing. Is that Canada had them dead to rights. Like I guess they didn't really show up in the first half until the very end of the first half after they got scored on against Honduras. Like after they conceded the penalty. And they
Stupid penalty.
They got it. Yes, it was. And they got a couple of good chances at the very end of the half. And then Canada was great in the second half. They were very good. Honduras did actually have a very good chance. Boyan made an exceptional save.
At the end of the game?
Yeah.
Oh.
When he tipped off the post, massive save. It's huge. And he had a great game. Like he had some saves in the first half too. But other than that, that second half, we were on them. We were the better team. And like they're killing time as much as they can, but they're doing like the most repulsive way possible.
It works, man.
I know
it works.
It gets the result, but it's just like refs don't need to buy into this. One thing I will say, Steph and I were messaging each other during the match, in the second half. The commentary for Team Canada was hilarious.
Is it Terry Dunfield? And
I don't know, but I love him. I fucking love
how bad they are?
It's like
they're bad. If it's Terry Dunfield, then I forget who the other.
It was good bad. That was kitschy. It was very kitschy. It was like some unknown to me, like Canadian midfield defender, like makes this nice tackle. I think the ref might have called the foul. He might not. And he's like, kaboom! and just loving Boyan. Like actually, like everything that Boyan did, the guy like they were just going insane.
So you're just used to for overseas European, like good commentary, and then you get this one, and it's like a little chuckle, right? It's a little refreshing.
It's so kitchen, man. Mike, you crushed this one.
I know, rollerblading, right? But yeah, luckily for Canada against USA, McKennie was disciplined and was sent home for the last 2 qualifiers. I think if he was there, we lose.
Yeah, I mean that's a dynamic player in the midfield for them. And that's fair because you know what, our midfield there's talent there, but our midfield is not up to that level. There are players popping up there. I don't know if there's any place for Pacos to Ferreira. There are players in that starting line now for Canada. Like, oh, you actually played for a team that I recognize.
Oh, and our number 7.
We're
actually starting to expand, right? That's why we're good.
Yes, but I mean, you win, especially when you're the underdog. You the midfield will be key. Just right there. And McKennie's there. That actually is a good point. That might have been a problem.
I think we lose that because against Mexico in the Gold Cup, or not what the Gold Cup? Not the Gold Cup. What was the other one? Nations League. He won Player of the Tournament or Player of the Finals.
Nations. It's not Nations League.
What?
McKennie?
No, when USA beat Mexico in the Nations League.
It was the Gold Cup.
They played when they came back. I'm telling you, at the end of the season, look it up. He won. Yes, they beat Mexico 3-2.
Isn't the Nations League Europe?
No, they did the CONCACAF Nations League. Oh, it was before the Gold Cup. But so that's why none of their. That's why.
Excuse my ignorance, but
that's why Pulisic, McKennie, Zach Stuffen, all that.
That's right. They did win. They did win a couple trophies this year. They did. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
But he won the Player of the Finals or Player of the Tournament, and he played amazing in that finals. But the bigger news is that me as a Juve fan, Juve is not happy with this. So basically, he left the bubble when he's not supposed to, and apparently brought someone back into the bubble to sleep with. You heard about that?
Nice.
You heard about that?
Well, I didn't hear specifically that's what it was.
That was the breach.
That's what I
right?
figured what it was.
And before it was like he came off the bus without a mask and signed.
Weston McKennie's been caught like checking out like reporters and like sideline.
And he was also involved with the Dybala and Artur poker game last year.
That sounds fun.
So
I'd like to invite to that.
This is continuous breach of COVID protocols. The rumor I heard earlier today and last night. Thank God they came out and said it's not true. But when I said it could have bigger implications, the rumor was that the person he brought back
had COVID.
No, was Pulisic's sister.
Nice.
And I was like,
you know that kind of, you know what? That's funny to me actually, because I messaged you earlier because their manager seems to be running this team to the ground. Regardless, anyway, so like this won't affect. Like this, he won't be eliminated from the squad for the rest of his career. The international squad for the rest of his career. I'm like, what kind of statement is that? Of course not. What if it is Pulisic's sister? Does Pulisic mind? Do they have some kind of beef? What's the problem?
No, but apparently they came out and said it's not true because everyone's like, oh, well, the only person besides Pulisic that she follows on the national team is McKennie. And the only family member McKennie follows on the international team is Pulisic's sister, and they are friendly when they are together. But I don't know. Those got debunked, but for a good 12 hours, I'm like, oh my god,
it's only tabloids. All these subcategories.
But luckily for us, we got the draw, even especially going down 1-0.
Yeah, well, twice they've gone down 1-0, and you know what? The U.S. dominated possession, which again, with like our midfield, which isn't really there, you can expect. But on the counter, we look dangerous.
Yeah, that's our game plan.
Right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Look very dangerous. But you know what? Maybe that's where we can snake points from the likes of the Mexican U.S. But how are we when it comes to breaking down? Odds are going to sit back against us.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Hot start.
Good. Well,
good starts.
We would have been great if we had 4, if you got 7 out of 9. But at the moment, 5. And if USA don't beat Honduras, if Honduras can do their tactics against USA is facing Honduras today, I think.
Yeah.
So Mexico's 6. I think Panama has 4, and 4 teams have 2 points. And
there's a bunch of draws in the first round too. Mexico barely won.
But crazy international break. Canada's winning 2-0. Hopefully we can get some more goals in, help the goal difference, and hopefully qualify for a World Cup we can actually see in our lifetime. Didn't think I'd see that.
Wow. We're almost a shoo-in for 2026.
So are we an automatic qualifier?
I don't think that's confirmed. I don't think that's confirmed.
Because until it's confirmed, I won't believe it.
No, I won't believe this one either.
But I guess going from McKennie and Juve, we should go right into it, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do a little, we got 5 previews. We have nothing to review. So we're doing 2 Serie A previews, fantasy, and then 3 PL previews. So let's open it. Yeah, let's stick with Juve. Big match. And you got some devastating news if you're a Juve fan. Coming up against Napoli, on the road against Napoli.
So continuing with the Brazil, but South Americans, I think, for Serie A, they play tomorrow, and I think the Napoli game's Saturday, is it? It's the early game. I think it's Saturday.
I think you are Saturday. I got it.
So South Americans, we have, I guess, 4 almost starters: Danilo, Sandro, and Noon. It's the first game, right? It's like the second game. So what is that? Dybala, Cuadrado, Danilo, Sandro.
Bentancur?
And Bentancur, that's the other one. But he's a starter on Allegri's eyes. They're coming back pretty much 12 to 14 hours before this match. And
why? Why does it take so long?
It's a long flight, but
it's a long flight.
They come back to like less than 24 hours, I think.
Okay,
so they come back. They play Thursday because these games are at night. Right? Thursday night. Yeah,
it's so weird.
They play tomorrow night.
That's
right?
So
and then they fly out
weird.
pretty much Friday, and they get back Friday, and then they have a game. It's Thursday, right?
Of course, yeah.
I know.
Americans, like, there's a little bit of fuck shit.
And those are good starters for us, right? And Napoli, they have, I don't think, as many South Americans.
Osimhen's back for that match. His suspension got taken back to one
One
game,
game,
so
so
he's good for this match.
So Juve, we're gonna have less. We're not gonna have a winner in the first 3 games. We're not beating Napoli.
I don't think so either.
And-
I didn't have a win for you guys before this update. You told me this on the way when you're driving here.
Yeah.
I had a draw originally. I had a 1-1 draw. Now I think it's going to be even cagier and just, honestly, Allegri just attacks this match like, let's just take a point and get the fuck out of now.
Well, let's hopefully. Well, actually, and Chiesa got hurt in international training. That news.
You don't know how long it's for, dude.
No, I just got the update when I was working. I didn't have time to look at it, but I was not thrilled. Let's say that. Oh yeah, not thrilled. I have a 2-0 Napoli win now.
I am going to go for 0-0.
He's a doubt. He's a doubt for the crucial game.
Like, we need to get this spreadsheet going, okay?
Yeah.
How many? Okay, we need to get what are you up on? You're up by 1 point on me, I think, for this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's give you a +1. I'm going 0-0. So just sit back and take that draw. Get out of there. You got 2-0 Napoli.
2-0 Napoli.
Who do you have up there? Who's up top for you right now? Keane.
Morata. Keane. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. Morata. No Ronaldo. We were screwed with Ronaldo. We're more screwed without him. It's kind of funny, But hey, he's back with you guys now.
We're getting there. I'm trying to contain it. I've had basically 2 weeks to contain myself since we didn't do an episode last week. Around 2 weeks. I haven't.
But a big, it's like, why wouldn't they put these games on Sunday for the big matches? So if you want the big players or big teams playing with all the views, you want all the big names there. You don't want a B-side. Not that we're going to have a B-side, but.
Well, what are you saying? That Serie A should put on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair.
And is Lazio Milan Saturday too? Or is that Sunday?
That is Sunday.
They should have switched it.
Put on the same day. No, why?
They don't actually. You know what? They don't want Juve winning.
No, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? It's everyone against
AC is a bigger team.
All right, relax. AC is the bigger team. All right, relax. They're the bigger team in Europe. Okay, that's it. Everything else, we're the bigger team at. I will always say they're a bigger team in Europe. They have 7, right? No debate. We have 7 finals losses.
Let's get on to AC Lazio. You know what? I'm so pissed. Every time this comes up in my mind, I am still annoyed that Dazzin is taking my Serie A.
Oh, I know.
I love that they had Serie A.
And this is a good year for it. This is the best
year. Last year was fine. Going to it, I knew that Inter was going to win. But it was a bit of a toss-up. Before that, it was Juve all the way for almost a decade. And this year, it's just a city I think it's
wide open.
It's fucking Wild West, man. I am so annoyed. And you know what? Lazio AC Milan to me is a very intriguing matchup. Sorry at Lazio, they already had that attacking mentality anyway through Inzaghi. And you have that little fish in a big pond. Nope, fuck that up. Big fish in a little pond in Ciro Immobile. He can bang goals. And
he's still banging goals.
He is. I have him for Golden Boot again.
And sorry ball, looking like it's in full swing. Even Mourinho ball is
AC's
looking.
Not to another great start. Giroud is a nice. Giroud, you got rid of Manzukic, that's fine. He was nothing for them.
He retired.
But they brought him in because Ibro's getting hurt all the time, and Giroud he's someone who has a point to prove. But who I'm most excited for, and who I was really looking forward to watching more consistently than I would. Now that I need to stream it and basically need to be at home, with the fam and when am I going to stream this shit?
Yeah.
With Sandro Tonali, I think he's actually going to be. He's off to a great start already this season. Beautiful free kick,
right?
And he's just going to own the midfield. The guy is just so dynamic. He has everything in this game. And last year, I think Pioli did actually a very good job of giving him enough game time. But just kind of vetting him in with Benasser and obviously Kessie there. I think Tonali is going to be someone who's
he's still young, right? You got to break him in.
But that was last year. I think this season,
he's going to replace Benasser. It's going to be Kessie and him.
I think so. I'm just bummed about that. But I am excited about this match. It is Sunday. I might be able to watch it actually. Stream it.
I know.
AC's at home, and I think it's an interesting one. I think Lazio can actually do some damage this season. As I said, just to reiterate that point, the fact that I think Sarri just kind of suit where they were at mentally anyway. But I'm going to always see 2-1 in this match.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna have a cagey one. I think it's high scoring affair. I had 2-2 draw with goals in both halves. So it's weird because I always liked Sarri as a coach, but I hated the way. Maybe it was just the players around him, and he did complain about Juve after he left. But that year with Sarri, even though we won, we played. Remember, I was telling you during the year, I'm like, we're winning, but we're not playing well, and I hope that all this winning translates to us eventually playing well, and we never did, and we just scraped out wins. Relied on Ronaldo. The style of play we played was awful, and we won. So at the end of the day, I was happy.
You had the talent, but you didn't have the personnel to suit him.
I know.
You didn't have the time either. The thing is that it's it didn't ever happen over the course of the year, but there was always talks of it just from the get-go.
Yeah.
It's there was no time given to him whatsoever.
He was so strict, and a lot of people didn't like his philosophy. Not more than 3 touches, unless if it's you're wide open in space down the wing, taking someone one-on-one. But that's never really his style. It's always a passive move, creating lanes, fitness, obviously, and it's obviously he never played football, right? So I think that was the underlying resentment, or not resentment, but a lot of players didn't they didn't like the smoke in the dressing room too. As the Douglas Costa sat right, whenever he did speeches, he hated it the most, but he was also always injury prone. But
honestly, Maurizio Sarri is a shining light.
I love him. Whenever I see his
Didn't
teams,
really play football, managed top clubs, smoked cigarettes.
He was an ex-banker. I know, ex-accountant banker. But whenever I watch his teams that are not Juve, I'm always attracted by it, right? And I was also fearful of him when he was, bringing Napoli up and making them consistently threat when Inter and AC were not there.
Yep.
And I was always fearful. And whenever we played them, it was always high-scoring games. So I'm thinking it's the same, but I can't really pick a winner. So I'm being safe and doing 2-2. But I do think there's over 3 goals for sure.
Copying out.
Yeah, I'm copying out. It's early in the season, so hard to tell. Maybe this was week 10, I would have it better. But with these games, I feel these teams are evenly matched.
Yeah, fair enough. I think there's just more front to back with AC talent-wise. There might be more philosophy with. I see more philosophy with Sarri. That said, I think the philosophy can leave him exposed in the back.
Yes.
Pioli's he's a little tighter. And he's Pioli.
In those big games, AC does
shell.
They don't get shelled. I'm saying, but they usually they're high scoring games at least. They win high scoring or they lose high scoring. And I think it's they never really tie. But this is a different year. But I had both these teams coming.
Top 4? No,
I didn't.
Took AC. I took Inter.
I took AC out.
Yeah. Fair enough. So the draw would be the result.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's going to come 5th or 6th, in my opinion, but both these teams will be up there. I don't.
Okay, on to the Prem, and on the fantasy quickly. I did the wild card.
Oh, you used your wild card?
Was I telling you last week?
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I wasn't even that upset with my team. I was just bored.
You don't do wild cards because you're bored.
Man. I was
do
bored.
that.
I was bored.
So,
I don't mind where I went. I went deep. My team's I have a bench boost team.
But you can't use a bench boost this week too,
okay.
right?
I don't want to use a bench this week. I'm saying I have a team. But who knows? A couple days. I got a couple days to think about this. I might go for the Ronaldo Salvador Lukaku special, which I was looking at as well. These are all players that. I actually was looking at my team. I could do it, and it's decent. There's just no bench.
Yeah, there's no bench, but
with Yves Bissouma.
Okay.
He's decent.
Yeah.
For fantasy, he's a great player. He's decent for fantasy. Anyway, so my captain is Traore against Watford. I think goals are just rated first.
The burst, eh?
Yeah.
The captain.
Yeah. His finishing is poor. He should have 2 goals already.
Captain? We have the same. He's my savvy because I'm like he's missed it. Like if he had an international break. He didn't play, but he went with them, right? Spain international. But I'm like now it's like he should have bagged 2, maybe even 3. Like if he doesn't score now, like so I think when you say Wolves are ready to burst, I specifically him, yes. But I think he was a savvy pickup, not a captain, because like he's like he should burst the net.
Laying on the table. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me in that.
So we're starting with captains, eh?
We always never know. We always just I swear I thought savvy was the thing, and then you started doing captain, so I did captain this time.
Okay.
And then
I played it safe with the captain.
Yeah, who's your captain?
Harry Kane. They're playing Palace. Palace are not good, and I have them being relegated.
It's September now too.
They're not good.
This one came.
I know. Even though Palace somehow scraped that tie against West Ham, and that was with Gallagher scored a brace.
Yeah.
They didn't play well. I think they scored on the 2 of their only 3 chances, and I don't think Vieira is going to make it to the second half of the season. He's going to be gone, and after that,
Roy. Bring back Roy.
But Palace are awful.
Dig him up.
September now. What?
Dig up Roy.
Oh no! Give Vieira let him lose a bit more. So at least I hope Crystal Palace keep Vieira the whole season. But if they do, because they will guarantee get relegated, in my opinion. But
I haven't stayed.
But yeah, that's my captain. It's and he doesn't usually play well against Palace.
Yeah. So.
That's my captain.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so Freeman. My savvy, same match for the Wolves is Ismail Sarr.
So you think it's the highest scoring game?
So man, I love what Bruno Lage has come in and done with that team. I know they haven't scored yet, but that team to me has goals. It's been 1-0 every time, but they could be 3-2 matches, honestly, every single one, straight up.
Yeah, they could have. They honestly they should be working on finishing. Yeah, their defense is good enough, right? Only 3 games, 3 goals. For goals, that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you base on it compared to what they had with Nuno, then
so not Nuno last year, but Nuno 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of strange. So it's what they were, but I mean,
they're on pace for 38 goals against. That's amazing, right?
That is good.
So you got to think of it that way, right? And they've been looking good defensively, right? Obviously, they've allowed a goal each game, but it's not like they're just playing their whole back, playing D. They're getting at it. They're getting on the counter, but they just can't score. And hopefully that doesn't last too long because that frustration amongst the team deteriorates.
It's going to keep on going. This is this team that plays attractive football, but they can't score.
And when you go through goal streaks like that, I mean, non-goal droughts, I mean, it riffles in the change room and training, and it's just natural tempers rise up. I don't know. It's I'm not saying I'm a professional, but when we play on my team and we don't score, we don't score for 2 games. It's what the hell? The defenders are we're doing our job. What are you guys doing? And hopefully that doesn't happen. But I think it won't. That's why I had Trier as my pickup and not my captain. Bold move, but
yeah, well,
kind of
Sarr's my one. I've always liked Ismail Sarr since he was at Rennes, and I thought it was such a great move for Watford picking him up. And he showed ability. It's just in that first season, when he destroyed Liverpool.
It was good for him that I think he stayed with Watford and didn't leave then, and to get a bit more experience.
Still young enough, but I think this is almost a make or break season for him.
Yeah, I think for him,
he's proven enough that he can make a move to
some other team, a mid-table team.
Yeah, or honestly, no, there's been rumors for Liverpool again, and I think
I don't think that'd be good for him personally. Why? Good for Liverpool, yes.
Salah and Mane are getting older.
I know, but he's not going to play.
He'll play enough.
I think it's going to be a Minamino. It'll be like a Minamino signing.
No,
right?
Minamino was giving
when he signed, Minamino was $7 million. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's a great signing."
Yep.
Never played.
It's fine.
Never.
It's still a great signing.
It's too young to go to Liverpool then, right? Just wait. Just go to another team and then go to Liverpool in 2 years.
Harvey Elliot's playing like almost week in.
But he's sure.
He's like 18.
Sure. Yeah, I know, but Harvey Elliott's sick. He's good.
Yeah.
Like he's good.
Yes.
I think he's better than Sarr.
That's fair.
So it's different. I think with Sarr, you go to a mid-table team, prove yourself there, and then move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's your chef?
Friend?
Who's your chef?
I told you, Traore.
Oh, Traore's sick.
I was like, I don't know if you're joking.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's go into United Newcastle.
We're starting with that one?
Yeah, chronologically, and it's also like on paper the easiest matchup.
If you're in England and you're like Manchester, you're probably livid, right?
Yeah, this guy's living in Manchester. You know that?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's got a place in Manchester. He went to Arsenal.
I know. I thought he drove.
I thought
he drove.
He's living in Manchester.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Where's he going?
No, because I heard Mark Goldberg said he went on a rant saying that if you're in Manchester or in England, you can't watch the game unless you're at the game. Yeah. Right? So I'd be like, why did they make an exception for this one?
Man,
it's like it's Ronaldo's return.
But like, what is with their
TV rights?
Yeah,
it's a TV because it forces people to go to the games, right? So that way the stadium's always packed.
Wasn't that the case anyway?
Or you go to a bar, right? You have to go to a bar, but you can't sit at home and watch it. You have to go out and watch it. Like pay out to somewhere that has a paid subscription. I think it's Sky. Or actually, I don't even think it's one of the the television.
So if you have a subscription to Sky,
I think they show 2 or 3 matches in it, but I don't think
that's one.
I got to do more research on this. But from Goldbridge's rant, it seems like you can't watch it unless you're at the stadium, right? So that's why all the memes are saying like, "Oh, like what happened? Where's our house?" It's just like I sold it to go to the Old Trafford to be able to watch Ronaldo return home.
I don't understand. How's that we have access to everything in Canada?
But they're in England.
TV rights,
I know, but it forces them to go to the games, right, and support their team so that
Was that not the case anyway? Though, we're not selling out. Everyone, apart from Manchester City.
Yeah, you got to talk to Guy for that. We got to get the inside scoop from Guy.
That's insane. That seems like a City problem and not a United problem. But anyway.
Oh, what do you mean a City problem? For fans. Yes, yeah. But yeah, how excited? Okay, now you can. You were holding back your excitement. All right.
Like I never our dinky little Instagram account. I never make posts, and apart from when we do an episode, hardly ever. Like sometimes I do. Yeah. And this was the first non-episode post that I did for months. I was just.
Oh, when we confirmed he signed before he signed.
Yeah, that's right. About 2 hours before. Yeah. Really so happy he's back, and I think he just brings such a great mentality to the team. People want to just shit on him, saying he's too old, it's bad for the club financially. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not. They went up 8%. Their stock went up 8%.
No, that aside, even didn't go up, and they did lose money. It's it's they would have made money. The Glazers know. The Glazers are whatever they can do, they're gonna make money off the deal. We paid Juve a fucking pittance.
Oh, so it is closer to 28-30
with these add-ons. But we're paying what
15
$5 million over
no.
$3 million over 5 years.
Yes, so it's 15 initial, and then $3 million for 5 years, and then the $8 million on add-ons on top. So it does go around 30, but it's 30 guaranteed without the add-ons. Yeah, because of that. So originally for this year, it's just 15 and possibly 8, so that's why it was reported 23. But I'm pretty sure Juve wouldn't have accepted it unless if they know they were getting at least 28.
Steal of the century. I have to say, I don't know, and there was this kind of worry that he had this 5-day quarantine and he might not be ready, but he started training yesterday. Tuesday, so I think it's plenty of time. You put him right in the team. I know Solskjaer likes to.
You can't bench Ronaldo. You can't bench Ronaldo. And everyone's so congratulations, Ronaldo. Of course, he broke the international scoring record with in such Ronaldo fashion, heroics in the
against poor Ireland. Ryan's devastated.
Oh, he was.
He's shaking his head.
it was just typical Ronaldo, like the headlines and everything, and all the United people were going like this because he took off his shirt, got suspended for the Azerbaijan game, so he can go back to training for Newcastle return.
What a legend! Living legend. I'm so excited he's back. I just, just the field change. I don't know. I mean, if Fred doesn't play, I should certainly hope that Van der Beek starts. What's it going to be though? Is it going to be Pogba and Matic? Is it going to be Pogba and Van der Beek? McTominay's still hurt. Is it going to be Pogba on the left? Because he's banging assists, and then Greenwood on the right. I would say you have to start Greenwood. I've dropped Greenwood just so you know after I played. I've had this since the beginning of the season. I did drop Greenwood
to be able to almost have your Lukaku, Ronaldo, Salah.
No, it's just like I just don't know what's going to happen. How's the team going to adjust to? I feel like there's going to be a fear factor for Newcastle in here, where like Newcastle does get shelled, but there could be an adjustment period where maybe not this match, but there's a bit of a problem
for United.
Well,
are they still playing to Bruno, or they're playing to Ronaldo now?
No, you play for Bruno. Bruno's number 10. Ronaldo's playing number 9.
I know he's up top, but I'm like, is it Bruno's team now or is it Ronaldo's team? Because in Ronaldo's head, it's Ronaldo's team. So is he? Are they playing through him, or like is the focal attack Ronaldo or Bruno? Because right before Ronaldo, it was Bruno. You know what I mean?
There's still a lot of wing play back. But the thing is, like,
because that's what I'm worried about. I got rid of him.
Bruno?
Yeah.
So did I. Self-defense. No, but the thing is that with Bruno, the problem has always been that pivot and him getting service anything. So there's always a lot of wing play with United. Obviously before Ronaldo, just even with Bruno. Bruno was still to drop back and collect the ball. Like it's that pivot is still an issue. It might not be if you actually drop Van der Beek back into it, but I'm not holding my breath for that in any sense.
Well,
the thing is that is it on the right? Is it going to be Pogba in the pivot with Matic? I think it probably should be. And
just for this game.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's Newcastle. Why not fucking roll the dice and take a chance on Van der Beek and Pogba in the pivot, and then put Martial on the left and Greenwood on the right? I still think Sancho needs a little bit more time to get bedded in.
But Martial starting?
Yeah, on the left. On the left.
I'm waiting for like the. Really?
Listen, if he wants to put Sancho on left, I get it. I just don't, and I'm not opposed to it. And Newcastle's a good game to do it. I think this is actually a good game to actually get Sancho's confidence up and kind of get adjusted to it. But I mean, does Ollie? But things like people don't need to like jump on Sancho for not getting.
He's got to get back into the.
Listen, he'll play half an hour easily if he doesn't start. He'll come on the 60th. I guarantee you that. He's one of those players.
I think
he's one of those players. Fine, that's fine. Then Marcel doesn't start. That's fine. I would love to see Pogba and Van der Beek just see how it goes against Newcastle. You're at home against Newcastle. Ronaldo's back. Like there's just so much momentum.
What was the game last year that Van der Beek played in that pivot role and he got subbed off? He got subbed off in like halftime. And
that was against West Ham. But I don't think it was the pivot role. I think he started over Bruno.
No.
In the number 10. Because, the first time when we came back down 1-0, 1-3-1, when Henderson kicked the ball out, and remember that? Mm-hmm. Van der Beek started that match. And he started the number 10. Bruno didn't start that match.
He got subbed off.
And then Bruno came out and we won
3-1. Yeah. I read that Van der Beek, he was talking about his role, and he said he wanted to leave, but Ole said no. Like I need you. Don't leave. Like just trust me. And he's like, all right, I got to keep training and wait for my chance, right? When he knows that.
But he's effectively said that, like he's not playing anyway. So like he comes in and said something, right?
Yeah.
So why the hell wouldn't you?
I feel bad for him, man.
So do I.
I feel bad.
So do I. It's a complete.
He was amazing at Ajax.
He's great at Ajax. Big teams wanted him. It's a complete misuse. I hope he turns around. He doesn't have to run. All he gives him a chance. Anyway, really excited. I'm going to 3-0 United. Same?
Yeah, and I have Ronaldo scoring the third goal.
I almost had. Oh yeah.
That's what I have. But he's playing 90, right? He's not getting subbed off. So
unless we're up 3-0.
Oh yeah, yes. But even like the game against Ireland, he was playing poorly. missed the penalty. But it doesn't matter because two headers, 2 goals, hero. He is.
He's a goat. Is he the goat?
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion.
I actually agree with you. We can never have this debate. But
with Guy, it's not in close. It's always messy.
Okay. City, Leicester. Leicester's at home. Pardon me, sorry, Leicester City. And you know what? First game of the season, especially when Leicester's at home, they give Pep trouble.
I don't think that I know they do. But I like if Pep's a good coach, he finally learns, right?
Well, I mean, he is a good coach.
Sorry,
and
if he's a great coach, he is a great coach.
It's like one team. Sometimes like bogey teams. They do learn. Like the second time, they get it done. I think they consistently more or less.
Well, actually, last time they lost at home, right? It was 5-1 at home.
Was that 5-1, 5-2, 5-2?
It was 5-2, and
5-2.
City was at home.
City was at home.
City was at home.
No fans, so I don't even count. I haven't even looked at that. But yes, that was like the second game of the season, I believe.
Third.
Crush.
Yeah, he crushed them. Vardy got a hat trick.
Mm-hmm. No Ederson. Maybe. Well, I can't say that. Maybe no Ederson, and that's it. Ederson's key for them, though.
Is Zach Steffen back?
I think he's hurt too.
Oh, he had COVID. I know that.
Or COVID, yeah. I don't think he's. I think he's like he might be. He's like mid-September. Might be.
Okay.
Might be.
So I'm like, if Ederson actually can't play, like, we have to be like
Scott Carson. Do they? They had him recently. Like I'm already laughing. Yeah,
oh, really?
Man. Yes.
Oh, I didn't think so, but Scott Carson did. That's funny. No, I think. City are obviously on a roll. 2 5-0 wins in a row.
Steffen late September.
Late September. So you got injured after coming back from COVID.
No,
it's COVID. Okay,
you might have like some heavy, prolongated symptoms. Mike, what do you think of this game? I'm just checking. It is Scott Carson.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. My apologies, Scott.
Apologies me.
Yeah, and you, but Scott as well. I'm like, no way they have Scott Carson. I was thinking 3-0, but I think.
What? Really?
Yeah, City's on a roll.
What? They beat bottom of the table.
I know.
Arsenal. What are you talking on a roll? They were walking.
I was thinking 3-0. I'm scaling it back to 3-1. They're going to concede.
I'm going 2-1. I think Leicester played them tight, man. The things that's one player, some of Ronaldo, Soyuncu's just on like
he's hot exactly. If he starts, it's for sure 3-0. I think.
Man, what is going on with that guy? Like he was solid. He was solid, and like since like the end of last season into the Euros, World Cup qualifiers beginning of the season, just awful. every match he makes.
West Ham, he had a horrible mistake, 2 mistakes, right?
Yeah, man.
And then he gave up a useless penalty against.
That's what it was. That's when Robin's like, he got a red card yesterday against the Dutch. I'm like, I swear this guy's had another red. It's just even a pens.
Yeah. The guy was dribbling right about to get to the goal line to cross it, right? And I'm like, I get you're trying to block slide away from him to block the cross at that point. Don't slide into him. And the guy just chopped him and just waited for contact. I'm like, he's going nowhere.
Dude, they have like
I know, Amarte and him. I know.
They have like no.
Johnny Evans isn't back.
But you know what? That midfield can still get it done. And you know what?
No, not against City. No, that defense is gonna get. They're gonna get torched. It's 3-1. I want to say 3-0, but I'm saying 3-1 to be safe. And it's
start Samari and Ndidi.
It's gonna be 3-0. I'm
sure. You know what? I'll say. I can say here. You probably still start Soyuncu. Start Ndidi in the back, which he did a lot last season, which worked out fine. You lose him in the midfield, but you have Samari to pick up that role.
No,
and then Tielemans, is a good box to box as well, who does have a defensive mindset. That's what I would do. I would go Soyuncu.
Do you think this is a tight game?
I'm going 2-2. I'm sticking with it.
I'm going to go 3-1, but it's going to end 3-0. Watch.
Soyuncu and Ndidi, and then Samari and Tielemans in the pivot with Madison, obviously. Barnes, Paris probably still suspended as a really bad tackle. Albrighton, I guess. And then
the showing Leicester had against West Ham, it disappointed me because I thought that was going to be like a Leicester showing West Ham like you had a great season, but you're not. You're not. I know, but even before the red card, they didn't have a shot. They didn't have a shot before the red card.
It was a early red card, though.
No, it was like the 20. Yeah, it was 20, 50, 30. That's a third of the game, man.
Oh, right. Doesn't mean you can't fade into the game. think I see what you're saying. I do.
It was a disappointing
But, I mean,
28 minutes before
fine,
that.
fair enough. But there's always halftime. Team things change. I don't think it could have continued in that fashion. I agree with you, but I also don't think it's fair to say that it wouldn't have ended up Brendan Rodgers unless you couldn't have turned it on in the second half without a red card.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway,
But it was already 1-0 at this point with the red card, right? It was already 1-0.
Mike, are we on the last match? Is it win or go home?
What?
Is it win or go home this week? We're gonna do Liverpool Leeds, but it might need to be win or go home.
What do you mean? Loser leaves town, you mean?
Loser leaves town.
Loser leaves town.
Loser.
Oh, no, I think Norwich got it. I think Norwich got it.
Okay.
Even though Arsenal will be extra motivated, right? Because they missed out on their dream signing, right? Buendia.
We actually were against Villa.
I know, but he was a Norwich, right? So it's like you guys sold him to Villa and not us.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Leeds, Liverpool. Again, Rafinha might not play this match.
Good thing I got him in the morning.
So, cooks in the kitchen. So let's be quick. Let's not focus on too much. It'd be nice to get into it, but it was really a great match last year. The first
game of the season,
meeting was excellent.
4-3.
And then Leeds held it down 1-1 on the reverse fixture as well. Honestly, does this change if I'm starting to jumble with six? I'm like, I still have Salah in my team, despite using the wild card. But you lose Allison. He's still a big part of just securing that back line. If you lose Fabinho, it changes the dynamic and how you're approaching this match. I'm gonna go a little cager, especially if these measures that Brazil are asking for comes through.
I don't think they will.
I think it kind of tightens up. Leeds are at home. I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going 1-0 again. That's what it was last year. Kind of rushing through this a little bit, but yeah.
3-1. Liverpool. Don't get excited.
Don't get it twisted. I won't.
Liverpool are a different team this year, and
I agree. I
don't think that. I think Leeds' style of play it could open them up like it did against Man U.
Yeah, but you know what, man? The thing is, though, is that United's more ingrained in terms of sitting back and hitting a team like Leeds, who doesn't have the quality. They're sitting they'll sit back against teams like Leeds who want to attack. Fine, we'll hit you on the break. Liverpool,
they play more direct, and they play more direct.
They do, but that could, in fact,
work in there against them. Yes, yeah. But I think it's a comfortable 3-1. Okay, for me at least.
No, I'm not really fighting. I'm intrigued.
I don't see it being cagey.
I'll actually be in Ottawa on Sunday watching with Graham, my mom's husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who's a Liverpool fan. So come on, Leeds.
No, he'll get the last laugh. I think. But I'm glad
he won't even laugh.
Club soccer is back.
Yeah.
Thank God. International break.
It's right around the corner, man.
I know.
It's right around the corner. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back next week for more.
See.
No, yeah. That's right.